Hi, everybody. Thanks, Misty. As Misty said, today is the first Tuesday of the month, and so we always do the first Tuesday in a chair. So if you have a chair, I have my chair back there. Ideally, your chair won't have big, huge handles, but if you have big side handles on your chair, we'll make do with that too. Okay, so finding a comfortable seated spot in your chair. Of course, you can sit either on the front of your chair, which will be a little more work, right? You'll have to use your core a little more. Or you can sit in the middle, or if you're feeling like, I just want to relax for a little bit, go ahead and sit all the way back and go ahead and let the back of the chair really support you. Okay. So as you find your, comfortable, supportive, grounded seated shape here, you can have your eyes open, you can have your eyes closed. Just giving ourselves a few moments to drop in, giving ourselves time to arrive and transition. Pausing and slowing down. Just giving your body a moment to really feel the support of the chair. So the chair connecting into the floor connecting into the earth. An opportunity to let that chair, right, support your bones. And just let your bones settle. And drawing awareness inward. Just feeling sensations, noticing. We'll take a moment or two here, just being quiet. With some gentle, choiceful attention, the shape of your body as it receives your breath. So if you're feeling a little distracted, you might count your breath. You might take what it feels like, a little deeper and longer breath. Just being gentle, choosing to pay attention, setting an intention for 3, 4, 5 breaths through the shape of our bodies. And as we're breathing with this intention through the shape of our bodies, let's just take a few moments to do a compassionate body scan. So with self-compassion, you can start down in your feet. Just being aware, you might wiggle your toes, feel your feet. Your feet connecting to your legs, feeling and noticing your legs. Your legs connecting up into your pelvis, your bottom, connecting maybe to the back of the chair, to the seat of the chair. So being compassionate and kind to our bodies as we go up through our spines, there's somewhere that is tight or uncomfortable, we might want to pay a little closer attention. Bring some gentle breath into that space. Noticing your arms. Can your arms just hang, elbows heavy. Hands resting, maybe on your legs or to the side. Neck and jaw, roof of the mouth, face, eyes, ears, skull. Let's just all take 3 breaths. And setting an intention here to really pay attention and let go of your next full exhale. So that full commitment exhale, letting go. When you feel the pause at the end of an exhale, we'll just let your eyes open if they're closed. And we'll scoot a little closer to the front of your chair. So again, you're gonna really decide, right, how close you wanna be. You know, just like if we were standing, we really first and foremost wanna feel grounded. So if you're coming right too close to the edge of your chair, like my chair is, not very well weighted, so the whole chair tips forward. I don't really want to fall forward. So right, put your weight on the chair where you feel anchored, so you don't have to like stress out about falling off your chair. Okay, so you're gonna find that, and then we're just gonna do like a version of dead bug, right? So nice and weighted through your sit bones, right? So still that practice of embodiment being in your body. We're just gonna start by lifting one leg, grounding and lifting the other. Okay? So equal weight, right, through your sit bones. You might play a little bit or explore down, creating up. So as I go to pick up my left leg, I'm going to ground a little more through my right leg. And that down creates that feeling of float or up. And that might be really helpful to some of us that need a little more grounding and anchoring today. So that's place of anchor and float. Anchor and float, right? And we're not wobbling a lot side to side. Right? We're keeping those points of contact that we work with so often, right? Ears in line with shoulders, shoulders in line with ribs and hips. And we'll do about 2 more. And we can add opposite arm, right? So just like dead bug, right? Ground down, float, opposite arm and opposite leg. Inhale, exhale. Follow your own breath. Good, how about 2 more? Good, and then we'll come on down. Okay, just give yourself about 3 breaths here. An intention, right, to take a full exhale. Great, now we're gonna work a little bit with twisting. So nice and strong through this lower middle abdominal section. So we talk a lot about this transverse abdominis. We relate it sometimes to a cummerbund or a corset, right? But not so tight that it's really tense and hard to breathe, right? So it has a lot of movement and strength, okay? So we want to connect through this band. Make sure your belly button stays facing forward, okay? We don't want to have a lot of twisting in the low back. So you can bring your hands to your rib cage. I'm going to go slow the first couple. Ribs are going to spin over to the right a little bit, then your shoulders. You'll come back, ribs, shoulders, right? Maybe your head goes, okay? But we know your neck has a lot of mobility. Be careful you don't strain through the side of your neck. And you can just follow your own breathing here. So exhale, inhale to center, exhale, and inhale. Now, as you're twisting, we'll do maybe 2 or 3 more to each side, checking in that you're really maintaining equal weight through your feet, your butt bones, sit bones, and your belly button isn't moving a whole lot, okay? So you can feel the ribs, maybe then that upper backpack area of your spine. Okay, if you want a little more challenge, you can add, so you can twist to the right and lift the opposite knee. Center, twist to the left, lift your right knee, okay? So we'll go side to side like this a few more times. One more to the right and one more to the left. And then we'll come on back. Okay, let's just let your arms hang. So with your arms hanging, we're gonna let your palms face back, your knuckles face forward, okay? So your pinky fingers are out. And then we're just gonna lift and lower the arms a lot like a sun salutation. So with an exhale, we're gonna go out and up. Inhale down. We're gonna do 4 more of those and you can just follow your own breath, okay? So really listen, feel your breath, exhale, inhale. Good, and then the arms come down. When your arms come down here, we're gonna rest for 3 breaths. So again, just coming back inward. You might visualize, feel the shape of your body, and then set that intention to really feel the breath in and around and through your body. And taking a full exhale. All right, we're gonna do a little core work here. So you can sit towards the front of your chair a little more, okay? And then if it works, you can take your shoulders all the way back onto your chair, okay? Onto the back of your chair, okay? And I say if it works, because if you're too far forward, it might just be too far of a distance that you go back and you kind of just slump and you just give into the shape of slumping, okay? So we don't want to give into the shape of slumping. Okay, so I'm going to turn my chair sideways so you can have a little different visual. So when we're sitting up like this, right, we're nice and tall and strong. It's not rigid and stiff. We're not, right, like, oh. So it's just more natural. So if you can go back and keep that natural connection, right, you're going to probably feel it right away, right through this area here. You might feel it in your low back. If you can come back and hold this, great. If you come back and you're like that, then you're gonna wanna probably scoot your bottom back a little bit and start here, okay? So you're gonna find just the right place. It's gonna be different for each one of us. So you're gonna find that. Now your shoulder blades are just barely touching the chair, okay? So we're not kicked back to watch TV or read a book yet, okay? So we're gonna bring your feet out in front of you, okay? Like so. Now, neutral like spine, okay? So we don't wanna be here. So more of a neutral spine, okay? And then we're just gonna try and hold this shape. Toes can be down towards the floor, right? And we're gonna lift your arm up and bring it down. And you're just gonna go side to side, getting nice and strong, right? And trying to maintain midline. So when this arm comes up and back, we're not, right, pushing the chest forward, we're not slumping, okay? Arms connect into your core. Can you feel, right, how your arm is really an extension of these upper abdominals right? And an extension of your shoulder blade and these back muscles. Now, we'll just take a big fork in the road and add some challenge. So staying nice and knit and strong, you could lift your opposite leg as you draw your arm up. Okay? So we'll go side to side a few more times here. Inhale up, exhale lower. Okay, if you want more challenge, you can lift your arm, lift your leg, and then pull your leg in and push your leg out and down. Okay, so there's a lot of different places, right, we can work. So we'll just figure this one out a little more on our own, and we'll go side to side, challenging ourselves 3 more times on each side. I'm just going to do a lot of different variations. So if you're watching, right, you can see there's a lot of different variations where you can challenge yourself. And then we'll finish one more on the right and one more on the left. And then we'll just pull ourselves up. Come on up, find a comfortable seated shape. And we'll take about 5 breaths, just sitting and breathing right here for 5 breaths. Good, and a little bit like earlier, right? Set that intention to really feel your exhale. And then letting your eyes gently open if they were closed. All right, so we're gonna turn, not your chair, I'm just bringing my chair around so you can see me again. We're gonna turn our bodies to the right, okay? So with your body facing the right, you're gonna keep your right thigh bone, your inner thigh bone on the chair with your sit bone, and you're gonna hold onto the back of your chair and swing your left leg back to do like a 90-90 lunge on your chair, okay? So if you didn't have a chair, right, it would look a lot like you were doing a 90-90 lunge on the floor, but we're gonna save our knees, right? Our knees don't have to be on the hard surface. You're gonna come right here, okay? So yes, it's okay if you don't have this much extension in your front hip, you can have your leg here, right? We're gonna try and bring it back a little more like here, okay? So this thigh bone is gonna be a little more straight up and down if that works. And as always, we don't want to pinch in the low back, okay? So right front foot is anchored, 2 hip bones facing more or less straight ahead, just like if you were on the floor doing it, and you're gonna hold on to the back of your chair, okay? So we're just gonna find the shape and take 3 breaths. Let your right thigh bone get heavier and heavier and heavier, so it's really strong and anchored through here. This left thigh bone can push back a little bit. You can get a healthy, deeper internal length stretch through some of these hip flexors, okay? You want a little more, you're gonna knit and stay really strong in your upper abdominal area and just tip your pelvis back a little bit. Keep this thigh bone pushing back. Remember, no jamming, no pinching in that low back. So if you need to come up, find your place and take 3 breaths. With your 3rd exhale, really feel and notice your 3rd exhale, and then pull yourself back up. Okay, you're gonna stay in that 90-90. You're gonna keep your belly button and your awareness facing forward, okay? And then we're gonna twist to the back of the chair. So, rib cage, you're gonna take your left ribs around, okay? Twist towards the back of the chair. Inhale, come back to the face forward. With your exhale, twist around. Inhale, come back. Try 3 more with your own breath, right? So the exhale, you get a little twist. Inhale, come around. Great. Go to your range of motion. practicing embodiment, right? You want to stay present with what you're feeling. Stay present with your breath. And then this time when you twist around, you can hold that twist there. Okay? Be really careful that you don't put both hands on the chair and then kind of force, right, your twist too far or too much. So just the right amount of twist. And then again, find and feel your grounding and see if you can just come back to that intention of feeling your body breathing when you're in this shape. So you're in a new shape. What does your body feel like as it breathes? What does the breath feel like inside your body here? And with your next inhale, we'll come back around. Good, and we're just gonna come back and then we're gonna go over to the other side. Right, so you're gonna do your 90-90, find your lunge. Hold on to the back of your chair. Okay. Left thigh bone gets really heavy on the chair. You can feel your left sit bone. Right, your right thigh bone is gonna draw back a little bit. Right, you could have your toes curled here or maybe flat, your choice. Okay, and you're sitting up nice and tall. Okay, shoulders can relax. Take a breath, notice, feel, breathe. Right thigh bone's gonna push back. You might tip back a little bit. Okay, so your pelvis tips back a little bit. Not too far, just the right amount. 2 more breaths. When you feel your next exhale, back on up. And then we twist, right? So you're gonna exhale, twist around. Inhale, come back. Really strong through your lower belly, right? Feel that cummerbund area, really supporting the twist. So you're not twisting too much or any from your low back, right? So really strong through your low belly and your low back as you take your right side ribs, right, around towards the back of the chair. And oftentimes less can be more in your twist. So being mindful, right, as you twist, it's really easy with both hands on the chair to kind of pull too far into the twist. So there takes a little bit of concentration, right, and mindfulness there to really work the twist with your breathing. And then when you've done about 5, right, we're gonna just hang out and take 3 breaths in that twist. And then you can inhale, spin all the way back around. Bring both feet out in front. So your choice, you could have your legs bent or maybe you just straighten them a little bit. Hands can come down on your knees or thigh bones, and we're gonna take 5 breaths right here. Again, right, just noticing and feeling your present time experience. So, right, noticing your body and the shape. You might notice your mental landscape. I can feel my heartbeat. Maybe you feel your heart beating, just an awareness of whatever you notice. 2 more breaths. And with your full exhale, notice and let your whole exhale leave your body. And then let your eyes open if they were closed. And then we'll bend our knees again. Good. So I'm going to come just to the corner of my chair for this one because it gives my legs a little more room just to open up, right? So you can decide, you can definitely be here or come to the side, okay? So we're going to just bring our hands right up into the top of your hip creases here. So heels of the hands, right up towards the hip crease. And we want to sit up again, right? With that like gentle, strong, soft posture, right? So I know sometimes when I say sit up, people get very rigid and robotic. And so we don't necessarily need that. It's like we're sitting up and then there's that awareness of, right, the arm bones drawing back a little bit, nice and wide through the chest, strong through your back. right? Strong through your midsection. And then take a moment to just notice where your head is in space, okay? So is your head in front, like your ears in front of your shoulders, right? Is it dropped? Right? Just feeling and noticing your head. And with an exhale, maybe 1 or 2 exhales, just let your chin feel a little lighter, and then let your ears have that sense of drawing back in line with your shoulders, okay? So we want to try and maintain, right, this like upper body posture. So from like your pelvis on up through your shoulders as we tip forward. So we're going to tip forward, okay, and come up. So it might feel a little bit like you were doing a tabletop, right, or a plank pose through your rectangular body there. So as you come up, right, try not to push your chest forward. And as you tip over, try not to round your spine, okay, or round your shoulders. So you might not come very far, or you might come further and let your hands slide down and touch the floor. Okay, we'll do 2 more, and then we're going to add on and do a little upper back strength challenge work. Okay, so when you're coming forward, we want to pick, right, each one of us, our own unique place where we feel pretty strong. So you might be coming a little bit forward like this, right? You might not even be coming that far. You might be right here. You could be here. You might be coming way over, okay? Each one of us is going to find that place, right, where we're really strong through the back of the head, right? So head's not dropped, head's up, ears in line with your shoulders, right? Shoulders in line with your hips. So we're not pushing your chest forward. We're not rounding, okay? So a little bit like a standing tabletop or like a tabletop. Then we're going to take your arms out like a T. Now, when you take your arms out like a T, they're like a weight, right? They're like a lever, and you're going to have to get a little bit stronger right through this midsection, right where your lower ribs and your upper abdominals meet. Okay, now you might feel, right, that strength, and that strength is really important for your mid-back and then your shoulder blades, okay? So now you're gonna hold your spine stable and move your shoulder blades. Your shoulder blades are gonna slide out and up, and you're gonna take your arms out in front, and then you're gonna take your arms out wide, and they might rotate and come back behind you, okay? And we're gonna do this several times. Let your arms roll around in their sockets. Okay, so you have arm bone rotation in the shoulder and really nice, strong spinal strength, right? So not a whole lot of movement through the length of your spine, more movement through your shoulder blades. Good, try not to round forward, right? If you're not doing this full range of motion, that's okay. Right, you want to be strong in your range of motion. So maybe your range of motion is a little less, and that's okay. Meet yourself where you are. Let's do 2 more. And then when your arms come out in front of you, that will be your last one. You're going to reach your arms forward. Take a full inhale through your back body. Exhale, take your arms up and sit up. And then let your arms come all the way down. Great. I'm going to sit forward on this one. So we're going to swing your arms back. So you just want to make sure you have clearance. Okay. So extension. Okay. So again, nice and strong through your upper abdominal, lower rib area. Remember, that goes all the way around. Okay. So that mid-back area, really strong through there as well. So we're going to swing your arms back and then just down by your hips again, okay? So back, might bend your elbows a little bit, and here, okay? So as you go back, right, keeping really strong through this area. You might also feel, right, how strong you have to be down through your legs. You want your legs to stay anchored, feet stay anchored. Good, we'll do 2 more. Now, when my arms go back, I can go to the back of the chair pretty easily, okay? Maybe you can do that. You could maybe grab down here on the seat, right? So we're gonna find that area, and if you can't grab that, it's no big deal, you're gonna pretend, right? So you're gonna reach for either the back seat, right, or the back of your chair. Sit up, right, nice and strong and tall. And then there's gonna be a squeeze. We're gonna push into the chair. You're gonna push. So palms of my hands are pushing in. I have my elbows bent, right? So from the side, really working. This is a really challenging area for most of us, myself included. So right through this midsection, right, you're pushing in and your shoulder blades are on your back, okay? Great, take another breath. We've been here a really long time. And it's kind of like train tracks. You're gonna bend your elbows and bring them back. Good, and then just let them relax. Just kind of shake all of that out. All right, let's take your right leg just out in front of you. And we're just gonna lift and lower it a few times. If having your right leg out in front of you, lifting is too much, you're just gonna bend it and we'll lift it up 2 more times. I'm gonna do that with the left leg. You can always bend. Good. And then lower it down. Great, right leg's gonna come out, okay? It's gonna lift and it's gonna cross over your left leg, okay? Now, if it works, straighten both legs. I don't know if it's gonna work in my chair. I feel like I'm gonna tip forward and scoot back a little bit. All right, so right leg's gonna cross over, okay? It's okay, my right heel doesn't touch the floor, right? You could also keep them bent like this, okay? And we're gonna take your arms out really wide. Okay, you're gonna wiggle your right arm, right? You can do like the wave, okay? Right arm's gonna cross underneath your left arm. Some of us might end up right here and we might just hang out right like this. Others of us are gonna bring the elbows into each other. So my elbows, my top elbow is anchored in that bottom one, and then you can bring the back of your hands up towards each other, okay? So it's like a seated eagle pose, okay? You're gonna lift up through your elbows, okay? And try and get the back of your hands together. You might be coming around and have your palms together. And you might, just let all that go and bring your forearms together, okay? And then whatever shape you're in, we're gonna come back and take 3 intentional breaths through our body. So intentionally feeling your body receive your breath. Notice what you feel, and then as you feel, right, whatever it is you're feeling, noticing, exhale, release, and shake it out. Okay, left leg's gonna come over the right leg. Okay, stretch your arms out, right? Maybe you do the wave. I don't do it. We could just do this for a whole class. And then bring, right, your left arm underneath and try it on this side, okay? So your right elbows fit, you bend, right? If it hurts your shoulders, don't do it, right? There's lots of ways you can just keep them crossed. You can bend them. You can maybe work on bringing your palms together or coming back to your forearms. See if you can settle into the shape and feel your body receive 3 long breaths. And then when you feel and notice your next exhale, that's when you're going to let it all go and bring your feet back. Great. And then we're just going to sit, notice our experience. And once again, 3 breaths. Great, and then stretch out your left leg again. Okay, so you can have your toes up or you can have your toes down. Okay, your right foot's gonna come out in front. I'm gonna hold on to my chair so I don't fall forward. Okay, we're gonna do like tree pose in the chair. Okay, so you could do it from the front if you wanted to go to, you know, the side and get a little more space. I always feel like the side of the chair gives me a little more room. You're gonna ground through your left leg first, okay? So your right foot, right, is just gonna come over onto your left, okay? Now we wanna have external rotation in this thigh bone, so it's gonna roll open, okay? And you're just gonna hold your leg there for a little bit, getting this leg nice and strong up in the socket, okay? From there, you're seated, right? You could try and stand up if you wanted to and do tree pose. You're gonna pull your leg up. So the thigh bone's gonna come up, and then you're gonna slide it down. We're gonna do this 3 times. So my heel is not touching my left leg yet. Now, I'm coming pretty high. You don't have to do it that high, right? Maybe you're just coming a little bit. Then you're gonna decide, well, where do I wanna put my right foot on my left foot? Maybe it's down here. Maybe you're pulling it way up here, okay? So you're gonna find that place. Most importantly here, we're not just letting this right leg drop, right, and collapse in the socket. We wanna stay really strong up in this hip socket, okay? So this right leg of yours is pushing into your left leg, and your left leg is pushing back. So there's like a sandwich effect, right? You're anchoring these 2 points together, okay? Be careful of your knee, okay? You can hang out here wherever you are. And then if you want, arms can come up. Don't let your leg just fall open in the hip socket. Try and keep it really strong up there. Take 3 breaths. That third exhale, whenever that happens for you, that's when you release. Gonna take a clean, fresh, new breath. Anchor through your right side. Work on your left side, right? You're gonna pick up that left leg. It's gonna rotate, right, up here in the hip. You're gonna lift and lower it 3 times. Now, remembering core stability, we don't wanna lean way back, right? So if we were standing up, right, we have to stay upright. You're gonna decide where you wanna put that left leg, right, in relationship to the strength in your hip. Okay, so you're gonna find that place, push the legs together with lots of strength. Make sure you're not just dropping your knee open, right? Really strong. Find, right, your strong tree. Legs connect up into the core, right? Like the trunk, really strong. Trunk goes down into the roots. Lift your arms if you want, like branches, and take 3 breaths. Keep your legs pressing together, feeling the strength all the way through your core, up into your upper back, out your arms, and then exhale. Let it come down. Great, take your feet out wide. Okay, come forward to like a little table. Hands can be on your knees if you want, or you can bring your elbows down and grab your palms or press your palms together, okay? So you can stay right here if you'd like. Just tuck your chin a little bit, look down, and pause to ground and breathe through your back. Or if you'd like, you can turn this into like a seated cat-cow, rounding into your cat. And then moving and releasing, changing, breathing, articulating into your cow. And we'll just go through these transitions maybe 5 times, following your breath. Strength, mobility, grounding, and breath. At any point as you're moving through, if there's a place of inquiry, you can always pause. Just settle and take a few breaths. We'll finish this round, and then we'll come back to that table-like shape. And when you get back to that table-like shape, then again, each one of us has our own unique connection to feeling grounded and anchored. So we're going to just practice reconnecting to our own personal anchor, establishing our roots, and then taking 3 intentional deep breaths. So deep meaning internal, from the inside out. Nice full inhales and exhales. And when you feel your next exhale, rounding down, we'll come back on up to sitting. And then you're going to find a really comfortable shape in your chair. Okay, so you might sit all the way back and outstretch your legs. Right? You might just sit more towards the front, wherever you are. Right? You could sit more towards the front, more like a meditation shape. You could sit back and relax. We'll take the last few minutes here. Once again, to find what anchors you. Anchoring oftentimes works in relationships. So our gateway to feeling anchored and grounded might be through the physical body, and then it's complemented through the mind, relationship to the breathing. Maybe you're someone who really finds their anchor, their grounding through their breath, through their exhale. So as we all pause, right, what's your anchor? How does your anchor relate to the space around you, to your body, to your breath, to your environment? As you find your anchor in that relationship, that triad of mind, body, and breath, you might find it helpful once again to do a short, compassionate body scan. Might just take some time to move through your body, breathing, practicing kindness, practicing compassion. Giving ourselves 3 more rounds of breath here, breathing in and breathing out. And here with maybe your 3rd or 4th exhale, one more time coming back to your present time experience. Let's just take a collective inhale. So we'll all take a nice full inhale together. And take a nice full exhale all together, letting your eyes open. Thank you all so much for coming back on Tuesday and practicing with us. Big high fives for taking care of yourself. I'm going to go up to my computer and turn on Q&A. So if you have any questions, please feel free to just come down to the Q&A and send some questions my way. I'll try to answer them the very best I can. So. Oh, great. Thanks for your feedback. I'm glad it was helpful. And I'm glad it was able to like be in the chair and be helpful too. Good. It's good. We're getting a lot of positive chair feedback. So good. You can do a lot of really great things in a chair.
Okay, that looks like it might be it for Q&A. We'll wrap up. Oh, let's see. One just jumped in here.
Oh, good. Yeah. Just some feedback about vertigo, and the chair and standing posture is so important. Yeah. Chairs are nice. They help us find that grounding so that when we stand up, we can feel a little more grounded and balanced. So right on. Thank you for the feedback.
Okay, and with that, thank you so much for joining us today. Please fill out the comment email you'll receive tomorrow and give us your feedback, or if you have any questions that you didn't get in today, I can always forward those on to Alicia. And we enjoy the rest of your day. The sun's out. Please get out there and enjoy that beautiful sun. And we hope to see you next week on Tuesday.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone. Bye, Alicia.
Bye. Thank you.